And welcome back to Career Build Series, episode 166. We're still working on the excavator here. I'm going to try to jump right in. So pretty much have the arm set the way I want it. Arm is working really well. Next is the drive system. So I was going to go ahead and try to do direct drive. I think that is going to be a big no at the moment. I think what I'm going to do is go right to electric. This is already set up to be a diesel electric system. And so I don't want to screw with that at the moment. That is just going to be unnecessary and a pain, I think. So I'm gonna not bother with that. So going direct, in real life they're hydrostatic. So the diesel turns a hydraulic motor, and then you can pass through just hydraulic cables or hydraulic lines and pass the power down to the tracks. That gives you nice instantaneous movement. It's easy to push one forward. You see, like zero-turn lawnmowers use hydrostatic drives, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think, let me look really quick. I think, let's save this. Let's see how I had this set up. Okay, so I do have a medium on there. I don't think I need a medium. I don't need a medium, I don't think. So let's try without a medium. Let's try with a small generator there. And if I can make a small generator work, we're in business. Yeah. So let's go ahead and... So I want to face it towards the engine. Let's do this. Just trying to, again, figure out geometrically where this is going. So gearbox face towards the engine. We'll do a small one. We look, the smaller the generators, the less efficiency they have. But I don't really care about efficiency. I don't need, this is going to be doing a little bit of work shutting off. It's not doing a ton of work. The other thing we need to consider too is I do have a 5x5 radiator in here. One of the reasons I put that in there was it's going to be hot down there, and so we have to consider that. Let's go ahead and do generator. We'll do a small gen. Alright, let's set this to 3x3. So remember, 3 times 3 is 9, over 1 times 1 is 1. That's a 9-to-1 gear ratio. So that's our 9-to-1 gear ratio going there. I'm not switching gears. I don't need those powered or anything else. Okay, good. So where's my battery? So this here can delete. That can go just a block. Yeah, I was gonna do it with clutches and direct drive. I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. It was just, I think it was gonna be more complicated than it needed to be. Let's put it that way. And I'm trying to make sure it's essentially where it needs to be. Can this be deleted? Probably. Let's see. Trying to think what I want for motors here. Let's try 2 smalls. I don't think we're going to need a ton of power. Let's try 2 smalls. All right. Benefit with this is these are very quick to turn around. All right, so let's get the engine running. This should be all set up. I put alternators on there. I don't really need alternators anymore. Let's take those off. All right, so let's go and let's look at the microcontrollers. The microcontroller is set up. It's my harbor generator. I need battery input, exhaust pump. I needed an exhaust pump on this because on the ship I'm moving the exhaust all the way to the stacks. I don't need an exhaust pump on this because the exhaust's right here. P-value. Okay. This is engine, that is gen panel. Okay, so we'll put in a gen panel. And then I just need batteries. So I'm just going to do 2 mediums. People will put huge batteries, and you could literally, if your generator is operating properly and is you know, maintaining charge, you could do it with one small battery would be fine. You don't need a ton of batteries. I'm just doing extras because this build is designed to be heavy. It doesn't really matter how heavy this build weighs to a certain extent. These batteries are going to be connected together, and so I don't need to read separate charges on them. I can just plug it right in. And then I need to, let's work a quick panel in here, just to start panel. So where's the door? Door comes here. Most of my controls are going to be on the arms. Can't put it there. So let's go right. Oh, that's. See, I'm losing a bunch of space I could use for panels. That's all occupied there. This can't come out. Just kind of trying to figure out where I can put a panel here. The door is all glass. Done myself an extreme disservice here. Okay, no, those are all angled. What do those look like if I make those straights? Is this gonna... That's not bad. Let's try this. So I'm hurting really bad for space for panels at the moment, so that's good. I like that. It's actually, let's get off symmetry. We're in an asymmetrical part, so I don't want symmetry on at all, really. Give me this, please. Thank you. Okay. If I can get in the build, we'll be good here. There we go, and then let's just put that there. All right, good. So that's looks the same now. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and let's do that there. See how I like this? This could be a little weird looking. Not bad. Looks a little weird, but I did prefer these. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this because that way it looks like the looks like my cage is actually attached. Takes a little bit of shapeliness out, but the reason I need this is this window segment on the top here is now coming out. And so I need to do this because I need to be able to have some place to put a panel. And so what I'm going to do is go like that. We'll delete those. I'll cut this. This will go like this and stick out a little bit. Okay, so now with that I can actually... Did I give myself one panel space essentially? I did. I've gained a panel space, which... Okay, if I move these here, this still part of the same unit? No, it isn't. Okay, so... See, I needed to merge this because I needed this color. Okay, so now let's do this. Don't do that. Do this. Okay. Let's do this. Cut this. And we'll also make these go out there. Because this is just like a thin glass door anyways. And then what I can do is all of this can be panel. Yeah, that's what I need. So there we go. Again, ruined my looks a little bit, but again, you know, I try to start with form and then go to our function and then go to form because, you know, you can see how this kind of, it changed it for me. And, you know, so I had to change the look of it. If I fell in love with the look too much and then I'd be in trouble because I would have to change it. So, okay, so that's going to be a... flip switch. I was going to do a master power, but yeah, we'll do master power first. I'll do a button for engine start stop. Okay, button toggle to. All right, then I'm just going to kind of label them. So we have engine temp, dial 0 to 120. And I like to do them sequentially just because I talked about this before. People were saying, oh, you can, do 1 through 32 of just your buttons, and then you can do 1 through 32 of all your gauges. I'm aware of that. Again, the reason I don't do that is because if I want to change where the position of a gauge is, I don't have to worry about changing a ton of numbers. They all work. So engine temp, let's do engine RPM. Dial 0 to, let's just do 1500 for now. That's 4. Okay, so we have the two things I really need here is master power and engine. So, and I have lots of space on this. So let's add output master power. Okay. Let's go in here and let's figure this out. Ooh, that's nice that it's down there where I can actually see it. So gen panel 9. This is my engine. Start stop button there, I believe. So this is an auto generator, so it will automatically turn on and off depending upon the power needs. So we're going to run off the batteries. And then as soon as this says, hey man, we don't have enough electricity, it's going to click on and it's going to run the engine until it doesn't. If we're constantly operating, it's probably going to want to run the engine all the time. Exhaust pump I don't need anymore, so that's going to come off, I think. I'll just delete that. Yeah. Okay. So this is if I have my generator, so it's from, yeah, I'll do it generator on essentially. So essentially if that button is on and the batteries are below 90%, it's going to turn on the generator. Clutch starter, pump clutches. Okay, so this is all good. All right, so all this stuff is pretty good here. It's a mess, but it's good. Okay. So let's hopefully get this started up. Yeah. So let me start hooking electricity up. So I want a relay. I always like to hook up my electricity somewhat realistically. And so I usually put a relay in there. So I go, batteries go to this side here. And then everything else goes to this other side here. So and I hook them up in kind of segments of where they're supposed to be. So this is powered. This goes to this one, which is powered, which goes to this one, which is powered, which will go to that. So that's all of our ARM controls. And this here is hot bust. So what I mean by hot bust is it is always powered. The other stuff is cold, where I have to actually activate it. So all of my boom controls here are going to go to the master. This is my turning, that goes to there. These are my drive motors, they're going to go there. And so I kind of isolate the systems. These don't need to be connected. This here is going to go to the master side, so that way I don't get any generation unless I connect it. My engine stuff, all my engine stuff will come in and go to the master side. These are all my cockpit controls there. And this here and the door, those are hot bust because they always need power. That goes on the hot side. I think that's good. Okay, so I need to do that because this way I can shut off infinite electricity. And the generator needs that. So also let me call it Let's see, generator start stop. Generator start stop. We have master power. So master power is going to go to some things. So let's see. Master power needs to go to backlights to start with. Okay, good. So my drive system currently. So what I'm thinking with the drive system is, let's add. We have plenty of nodes left on this. So what I'm going to do is add seat. I don't have seat, do I? No. Gen panel engine comp. Composite input seat. Let's see how to do this. Okay, so I have to do that. That's fine over there as well. So I'm thinking of how to do this. Seat's coming in. All right, so the seat's going to come in. I'm just trying to think how I want to set up these tracks. I might, let's not do that. Let's do this. Okay, so we actually have this panel here. This panel is the boom controls. I'm going to change this up a little bit. ARM/drive controller. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my spacebar on toggle. My spacebar on toggle is going to switch from essentially controlling the arm to controlling the tracks, because I want to use WS and up-down to control my tracks. So what I want to do here is I want to have in 2 here. So these are going to be electrical or number outputs. That's going to be port drive. This is going to be starboard drive. Okay. We'll do track. All right, so starboard track. All right, let's find them here. All right, so here we have starboard and port track. So what we're going to do here is numerical switch box for WS. WS is 2. Okay, so WS is 2. All right, so we're going to have a numerical switch box here. Nope, we're going to do a numerical switch box here. All right, and then we'll do a numerical switch box here. And this will be do an up-down counter here. Let's go .01. Let's do enabled -1 to 1. And this is going to be our drive controls here for our tracks. So that's going to go like that. All right, and so what we want to do then is this is going to be on switch. So this here is starting, that's on switch like that. Let's actually just make this so I can see it. That'll make it easier here. All right, and so then this here is going to be, what is this? WS. WS is going to be port track. And then all this is going to be copied. I'll copy this here for now. See, and then this is here, and so 4 is up down, so that's going to be the starboard track, if I can find it. Okay, so this can go below, I guess. Oh my god, if you just let me highlight it, I'd be thrilled, dude. Thank you. Actually, no, we'll leave it in the middle. So all the track controls will be in the middle. All right. And that's... So this is going to go to here. And that's going to come in. That's going to be the default. Goes there. And then this here is going to be starboard track. That goes from there. And then what we want to do is I want to take this, Control C, Control V that. Let's go here, bing, and boom. This is going to go to that starboard track. That's the on signal there. So that's set up. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want channel 32. So we'll copy that, Control C, V. I'm trying to think if I want to make 32 my break. Yes, I want 32 my break. So I want... Let's go ahead with... we'll just do 6. I like 6 just because I have to deliberately reach for it. So let's do 6. So 6 is going to be... I'm going to press button 6 on the seat. And this is going to switch from controlling my... my boom and my rotation to controlling my tracks, because I'm not going to move much once I'm stationary. And then I want 32 is my space bar. 32 will then that will zero out my electric motor read. And then do these have brakes? I think they have brakes. Let me look. Brakes. Yep. And brakes, brakes. Nice. So let's go ahead and let's go back in there. And then I want to add brakes. I'll put track brakes. Track brakes. All right, so where's track brakes? Track brakes. So if I also operate this, that will put on my track brakes. So that is good, I think. Numerical switch box here. That needs to be connected. This needs to be connected as well. All right, so that's going to switch that over if I press 6, and then track brakes is on that. So I need to configure this. So this will be set up where trigger is going to be toggle. That is track brakes. And then 6 is going to be arm/tracks. All right, that will be a toggle. All right, let's, no, we can't spawn it yet. We have to move this back, hook it up, and merge it. All right. All right, let's go ahead and start hooking up. So this is going to be starboard track, so it's going to be these two motors here. Port track is going to be these two motors here. And then brakes are like that. And then seats connected. Let's try this. All right, you should be hot bust. Why are you not hot bust? Did I not connect you up to electricity? It still should. I think infinite electricity is still on anyways. All right, why? Was I just not pressing on it? Why? Oh, you know what it is? It's that. It's where the window's sitting now. It's making it tough for me to. Did I put? I put the pane on backwards. The pane of glass is on backwards. Okay. It's covered, that's why. Cut you. There we go. I put the pane of glass on backwards and it was covering my button. So take infinite electricity off. Alright, so now hopefully it's running under its own electrical power. Hey, there's a button. Let's get in the ladder. Let's jump in our seat. Okay, let's go ahead. Master power's on. Generator start stop. You are not working. Why are you not working? You don't appear to have electricity. You have no electricity. Okay, good. Good, bad. Let's see. Electricity. Oh, you know why I never hooked up? This master needs to go to the relay or we're not getting it nothing. Okay. Bingo. Let's go ahead and jump in. We quote-unquote should be in business now. Why do you have no power? Stress, 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 stress. What is going on here? Master power goes to relay. Is relay merged? Relay is in there. Electricity. We have 2 batteries connected to the relay. The relay comes through there. We're powering cockpit. We're powering booms. We're powering everything. What is up? Did I not hook it up the master power in here? I did not hook the master power to anything, so that would do it every day of the week. Let's go here. Master power, composite read on off. Often it's me not connecting something. There we go, master power there. Okay, we now should have this working, theoretically. Ladder. Assen seat. Close. Master power. Lights, hey! Generator's on. So the generator won't turn on again until we get below 90% battery. So once that goes below, it should turn on. Alright, so we have arm control. Let's hit 6. I should change this to 6 to change it to the panel instead of on the seat. Alright, so now, okay, so the arm dropped. That's not something I want. And I'm not getting, am I getting any sort of electric motor noise? I don't believe so. Okay, what the heck is going on, man? Alright. So I don't want that to drop. That should... Oh, you know why? It's reading... Okay. I should be able to fix this with a memory register. So let's do a memory register. So the problem is, see, it's reading 0. Okay, so I really need to detour it here so that it holds the position where I left it. Okay, so that's fine. Let me clean this up. All right, I'm trying to think what I should do here. Yeah, see, so I'm going to have to route. Okay, so what I'm going to do is route it here instead. It's not the end of the world. Wish I made more space to initially here, so now I need to kind of clean it up a little bit here, but this is, I'm going to make some space and then I'll be able to do this a little bit more efficiently here. Okay, so now we have some more space. So I need to double up my thresholds here, so that's Control CB. All right, so yeah, and then what I'm going to do is put the numerical switch boxes here. Okay, and all of this crap here can move to the right. This is coming in here now. So, okay, so now what I need is, no, what am I doing? Numerical junction is what I want. Okay, so this goes here. And then, so this is going to be boom. So off path goes to boom. So this will maintain its number so the boom doesn't drop like that. Then when I go on path, it will go to control this. So that's fine. Let's get rid of these. All right, so stick is still going to read off that. Port track is going to read off that. Starboard track is going to read off that. And then that reads off that. The difference being now that instead of controlling off the same ones, this one is now controlled via this. This can come down. Come on, come on. Okay, so that's better. That is better there. All right, so now what's going to happen is, so if I'm reading, I need to hook this up to 6 is there. That's not going to be 6. Let's fix that while we're at it. I'm going to put it off the panel. I want to press the button. Composite panel. Okay. So this is going to read off the panel. So that can go away. Where's the panel? Panel is right here. So I'm going to make this so it's a button. Right here. Enable tracks. Let's do a button for now. 5. All right, and so logic here. All right, so if this reads 5, that will do the tracks. And so this is going to come down to my numerical junction there. So my numerical junction is going to run that. So there is that side done. These need to be fixed with the numerical junction. 5. The off path is going to be the stick. On path is going to be the it's going to be here. All right, so hopefully this is going to work for me. Okay, align. All right, so hopefully this is going to do what I want. What is that up there now sitting in the wind? 2. Okay, so 2 here is 2 is going to be WS. So that's port track here. So this needs to connect to the numerical junction box there. That's 4. Okay, let's try this one out here. This should work now. Okay. So the problem was the arm wanted to drop because it was reading a 0 signal. So go back to 0 position. So everything on the arm would just instantly go back to 0 position, which would be a nightmare. This needs to be a toggle, not a push. Toggle. All right, and then hopefully this switches it to, I should have put a couple dials while I was at it to check, make sure I'm actually getting track movement, but. All right, so now, can I move the arm? No. Okay. Can I move the arm now? Yes. Okay, can I leave the arm in a raised position and switch to tracks and have it stay? Yes. Can I control the arm while that button's pressed? Okay, I can still do rotation, so that needs to be fixed. No, I want to be able to drive and rotate. That's important. Yeah, drive and rotate's fine with me. Currently, my tracks are doing nada. So I need to figure that out. Okay, so they're reading the motors there. It's going to be a pain, isn't it? Trying to just friggin' get some of these in here so I can do it. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. I'm just trying to stick some dials in so I can read what I'm doing here. It's gonna be a pain for me. Come on. Just trying to expedite because I still have painting to do, and you see why my motors aren't giving me anything here. Starboard track, port track. Spawn, I want to make sure my brakes are off on the tracks. Brakes are false, that's good. All right. Okay, arms in the air, let's switch over. Okay, so these dials are reading nothing at the moment. Okay, so something's up in the microcontroller with this. Alright, so let's, 0.01 could just be tiny too. Let's go 0.1 for starboard track. Port track, let's do 0.1. Okay, so 5 is selected. That should do that. If 32, the brake is selected, it'll also zero it out. Okay. Could just be very well be that I had the number so low that it was going to take 100 years for it to move, but I doubt that was what it was the only thing causing me a problem here. Yeah, see, like I'm pressing W now, I'm getting nothing. What's up, man? Oh, yeah, see, I'm getting nothing now. Let's see what's up. Probably broke something stupid in there and I need to fix it. Okay, so seat 2. 2 is WS. WS comes through, WS goes to either there or there. So if it's on path, which is selected by channel 5, then it should come over and it should, if it's 1, it should up, do port track. I'm going to try to diagnose a problem here by doing this. What is that? That's 5. So 5 is connected. Let me bring it back to the seat for a second. We'll just do seat 5 here for a second. Actually, all I need to do is this. Let's do seat 5 and update that. Toggle, okay. Let's check this. This way I can read the seat. I want to see if I can get my tracks to turn. 5 on the seat. Okay, so I'm getting no reading. Let's do this. 80's not connected. Okay, so let's go WS to the port motors here. This will tell me if it's, let me make sure everything's merged under there. Yeah. Sometimes if it's on a different subgrid, it misbehaves, so I have to check it very directly here. So WS, and then I want up, down. Where's up, down? Up, down's right here. Okay, so I'm getting nothing. So I think it's something to do with the subgrids. Okay, so it's probably something to do with the subgrids here. You make sure these are connected. That's connected going all the way down to there. That's fine. That's going all the way to there. That's fine. So they're connected physically. Yep, that's connected physically. Connected physically. Okay. So it's a subgrid issue, I think. Is this off center? No, it's the when I cut blocks they were off center. Okay, what to do? What to do? All right. can send the signal across. Let's just make a simple panel here. Let's test, see if I can send it across the subgrid effectively. Pass through with, I want to send, it shouldn't matter. What is going on here? I'm sending it across this way anyway. Why can't I control the tracks that way? What is going on here? Trying to decide what's going on here. I'll just make this thing. Yeah, I'll make this thing and see why it's misbehaving. Sometimes something weird happens like this where it doesn't want to send it across subgrids. But I will check it and see if that's what it is. Again, like I said, sometimes it doesn't like sending it across subgrids, so. Could be just a simple mistake I'm making too. Port track is going to the dial now. Okay, so we're just going to do port track. See, this can't be it because I'm not reading anything on the dial. So let's abandon this silly notion. So I'm reading on the dial what it's doing. So port track should go to port track. Okay. Starboard track should go to starboard track. I'm not reading anything there, so I need to figure out what the heck is going on here. So I'm not reading anything there. Let's quickly check something here. I don't have any electricity hooked to these either, so let's do that. That would help, huh? Let's see if I'm getting a reading. Alright, so before I hit 5, I should get no reading. WS, WS, let me turn on power here. WS, WS, no reading. 5, no reading. This is still going. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot I changed it to 5 on the seat. See, I'm getting nothing on this. Okay, so the button's working on the seat. Alright, so I'm making some progress on getting this fixed. It took me a second. I kind of did some stuff here. So let's go ahead and... this is the annoying thing is when you start adding in, you have to do some buttons to get things to work that you have to just do it on testing too. But let's enable the tracks. It's just taking forever for this track to get moving. Like, as soon as I jump out, it moves. So, like, see, let's see, do I have this? Okay, so they're both at 1. As soon as I get out, it moves. So I don't know what is up with that. That is weird to me. Yeah, I don't know what is up with that. It doesn't want to move them when I'm sitting in the vehicle, but as the second I get out, it does it. So, let me see what's up with this. Oh, I know what it is. I bet I know what it is. You know what it is? Occupied. Let's see what the composite is in the seat. No, on-off is... 32 is brakes. I had the brakes on. It's supposed to be 31 because I disconnected that and it worked. That was foolish of me. Stick, track. Okay, I figured it out. That was idiotic of me. 32 is occupied. So when I get out of the seat, it takes the brakes off. Okay, just big dummy move essentially. Panel is connected up now. That's good. Why is this moved over? Okay, good. That's all set. So that was just a silly mistake on my part that I fixed. All right, so let's see if this will work here. Wow. Okay. That was just I did one small little thing and I had the brakes on. Okay, let's raise the arm up. All right, let's go ahead and swap over. Let's start increasing tracks. All right, we're moving. Let's start decreasing the starboard track. There we go. So we have motion here. And I want some more granular control, so I'm going to decrease the rate. But as you can see, we're moving now, so... Okay, so something's up. It's not getting something it needs to start the gen, so... I'll fix that in a second. Let's go forward. We'll do a turn here. I know that noise is annoying. And if I press space, the brakes come on and we zero. Okay, so beautiful. All right, so that was just a simple number mistake on my part. Is I made it so that if I'm in the seat, the brakes are on. So of course, when I jumped out of the seat, check, the brakes were off. So that was just a dummy mistake on my. I should have double checked. You know, 3,200 hours, and I forget this stuff constantly as well. So, okay, so let's change the rate here. It's not too bad. The rate's actually not that bad. I'll leave it for now. Let's fix the engine issue. That's problematic. So let's look inside here. So the engine's trying to start, but it's stalling out. So we have exhaust. Exhaust is coming up there. Let's check the cat. Make sure the cat is going the right way. Exhaust out. So the cat is going the right way. So exhaust manifolds come to there and go out. Let's make sure this is straight piece. That's a straight pipe. That works. Air is our next thing. So let's see. Excuse me. This is air out. That's correct. That's air filter. So that'll be air in. Air in. That works. Okay, so that should work. There's fuel manifold there. Are you loaded with diesel? You're loaded with beautiful diesel. Let's make sure you have a pipe that is... Okay, there's the port. Goes up to fuel. Air is going up. There it is, right here. This is my problem right here. Okay, good. So right there, that's just turned sideways. All right, good. Let's start it up and let's go do a test. So that was the fix there. So just a bad angle. All right, let's move forward. I think I'm going to keep it a little fast. This is excessively fast, I think. It's excessively fast, but I want all the power of the motor to be able to do these turns like this. So see if I can modulate the speed a little bit. Okay, so I need to decrease the increment because I want to be able to crawl as well. So I'll just decrease the increment. So that's running. Let's go ahead and keep moving here. I'm going to move forward just so I don't run off into the water. All right, let's steer left a little bit. So back on the left track, forward and the right, and then forward and the left. Good. Okay, so let's look at my power. Beautiful. We're building electricity. No, we're losing electricity. But you can hear it ramping up behind us. We're not producing enough electricity, but I can hear it increasing its increasing its RPM. I just want to, I'm going to drive around and make sure that eventually increases its RPM enough that I actually get moving here. Doesn't like doing in-position turns very much, but it will do them, but you know, it doesn't like doing the in-position turns. I can still rotate my crane, which is nice. I just can't work the boom arm. Okay, so it sounds like it's starting to get up to full RPM now. Let's see if we're charging enough electricity that we're... No, we're still losing electricity here. I'm going to have to do more gearing, I think. Yep, let me get in the back here. This is going to be hairy to get back there. Ugh. So yeah, this is not easy to get back here. Okay. Output is 61. Okay, so I need to increase my generator output. Okay, so nice. So this is working really well. I want to button this up. I think I'm going to keep this. I'll see how long. It's going to take me a while to button this up. Yeah, definitely it's going to take me a little while to button this up. I'm trying to think time-wise where I'm at here. Okay. Let's try to button this up in the next episode. We'll try to finish it. Okay, so right here, track, starboard track. So that is going to go to 0.01. I want more granular control of my speed. 0.01. Update that. We need more. So we want to increase RPS, which is gearboxes towards the engine. So let's go ahead and grab this. Let's make sure this is. That is definitely going to the right side. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and grab this, cut that. And we'll move that like so. I'm trying to think of what it... Let's do this. So we're making 61. Making 61 on this. Let's see. What's a medium generator? It takes up a ton of space too. That's kind of a problem. Not a huge problem, but let's just move this battery. I'm going to stick in a medium gen, and I want to see what this is running at here. Okay. Stick a medium gen on there, and then I will... what was I doing? Okay. So I'm just trying to, this one's going to be me checking essentially how much electricity I can produce here. And so we do a little bit of a funky test here, and I want to check this. So this is going to go electricity to the master side. All right, and let's see if we can do this. So I want to go pinky blocks here. Symmetry on. Don't do that. Okay. I just want the stationary so that I can easily work with it. Okay. Jump in. So we're using up a bunch of electricity here. So that will kick on, and then I need to see, are we producing enough electricity to generate? I should have put a gauge on this, but I didn't. So once it gets below 90, that will kick on. Should. There we go. Can't even get back here now. Okay, so that's lower because we're over gearing it. That's fine. So do a 4 to 1. Let's do hook this dial here up to this one here. Kind of finish it here once we get the technical elements in. You know, I can finish paneling and I can finish you know, doing all the dressing it. So it's gonna end up taking 4 episodes to get this done, but I think it will turn out to be a pretty good vehicle. So, oh come on, get up there. This stuff annoys me. I'm trying to be quick here and it's not letting me. Let's go. I see I accidentally pushed that before it was time to push it, so there we go. Enable tracks. I'm going to burn down some electricity here, and then I want to check my SWAT. So we had 61. So probably actually what I'm going to end up doing is probably adding more gearboxes and using the small generators. It's less efficient, but unless I can get over the amount. I could look at the setup of Triton because you know, I also need to wait for the see, this is doing its clutching business because see, it's doing the clutching business because that's a lot of resistance at a 4 to 1 for that. All right, so let's do this. Let's save this really quick. Let's go ahead and let's load up. I can't load up Triton here. Let's load up Triton. So Triton has 2 of those harbor generators. One harbor generator takes care of all of Triton's power needs. So instead of me essentially reinventing the wheel, let's bring in Triton. And let's see how I did it on here, and then I can run the same stuff. So, okay, 1 gearbox, running at a 3 to 1 to the medium. Okay. So that is gonna, again, so that's just me skipping ahead, standing on the shoulders of giants, in this case myself. I've already done the research, I've already done the I've already done the testing. Instead of redoing it over again and testing on this, I'm just gonna, you know, so 4 to 1 was too high. 3 to 1 is more of what we want. So let's go ahead and let's go. And I want a single 3 to 1 on here. Oh my god, I have symmetry on. That's terrible. This makes a lot more work for myself. Leaving symmetry on, I had to deleting a bunch of stuff on the other side that I didn't want to delete. So are these at the same height? They are not. This is one higher. I often will make things. I'll start from fresh on most of the builds and make, especially microcontrollers. I like to build, and a lot of people ask why don't I just make some standardized microcontrollers. And part of it is every build I get better, and so you know I end up changing a bunch of things anyways because as I improve as a builder, I you know, making a bespoke microcontroller for a particular vehicle I find works really well because it does exactly what I want it to do. Where if I take the same old thing, like, see, you know, having taken in the harbor generator from Triton wasn't a big deal because it's, you know, it's pretty much doing the same job, but then you still have to tweak it for your application often. But eventually, once I get that generator kind of finished up 100%, which is close, I'll make a trailer, release it, do all that stuff. Alright, so just burning this down. Let's let this engine start. I just want that electricity to increase. And so we're still burning electricity. See, most of the time we're not going to be burning all this much electricity. The tracks are eating up a huge amount of electricity. The arm is going to use up very little electricity. So I want this to be able to power for the worst case scenario. So it's doing the wobble, but it's steadily increasing. The lower the battery gets, the higher the RPM is going to go up. So I kind of need to sit here until this ramps itself up. So we're already at 50. Okay, there we go. Full clutch engagement now. The engine is starting to rev up. So we had 60 S-watts with the little generator. Okay, the engine's starting to rev up. We're at 60, so we're matching the little generator. Okay, we're in excess of the little generator now. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of hang here until that electrical drain turns into a charge. So until the discharge turns into a charge. So I think this generator will produce, in this setup with this engine and this microcontroller, will do, I think, like 126 S-watts total. It's just taking it a while to get there. It kind of has a slow ramp up, which, you know, I'm not opposed to. Because, again, I'm not going to be driving around at full speed on the tracks here. And you see how we're barely losing electricity now? We're down to, what's that, 4 decimal places now? And it's still ramping up electricity. It's just, the pit is trying to be very precise and get it where we're not wasting any fuel. So you see, we're down to 4 decimal places. I'm just going to wait until this gets to the point where it's on charge. I could change the PID numbers and have it do it more quickly, but I don't really need it to. Again, we're not going to be driving around at full clip for this long. And this is going to keep ramping up. You see, now we're down to about 6 decimal places. We're still around 6 decimal places of electricity, so we should be getting close to a charge here soon. I can hear the engine still revving up. So the engine's trying to find the exact RPM setting and S-watt setting to give us, you know, to just keep the batteries charged up, essentially. So I'm happy with this. Eventually, this will charge, but watch this. If I take off my tracks, let's look at the. See, it's charging now. See how quickly it charges. So this is going to have no problem charging. You can see how it's already ramping down the electrical production, and we've already gained a substantial amount of electricity back. So yep, this works well. Alright, so we'll finish this video up here. Next video, I'd like this to be completed. I'm really liking it. Aesthetically, it looks spot on. ARM is functioning beautifully. Tracks are functioning well. Everything's working really well on this, and so I'm really happy with this. What I want to do next episode is button it up, finish the panels. Again, I don't need a ton of panels. I'm going to do mostly gauges. Put some lights on here. I want to paint. So that'll be the next episode, so I'll see you then. Bye.